but also to raise awareness for people who don't necessarily know much about what it means to be disabled, to understand what these different conditions and experiences can be like. So today I'm going to start the first interview with a friend of mine, Kylee. Okay, so first question is, who are you, Kylee?
My name's Kylee. I live in Hamilton. I'm 28 years old. I have two brothers and a sister. One of those brothers and my sister both live in Hamilton. I've been in Hamilton 3.5 years.
What was your childhood like?
I grew up north of Auckland on a lifestyle block with my siblings and my parents. We had a nursery orchard up there, so yeah.
Did your disability have an impact on your life at that point?
No, I didn't develop a disability as a disability sake is known until I was 22. I had an injury which triggered a condition called complex regional pain syndrome. At that point in time, I would have told you my favourite things were walking, dancing, kickboxing.
Yeah, so very active.
Yeah, and road trips. I loved my road trips, oh my goodness. I was just really into things in life, and so it was a really big change when within about 3 months I found myself bedbound.
What are some of the positive things that have come out of your experience of disability, and what are maybe some of the negative things?
The negative things would be obviously that I can't engage in a lot of the things that I used to love to do, and the frustration of that sometimes is really hard. And grief still comes in waves. I don't think we can ever expect, if we're being real and honest with ourselves, no matter what our disability or how long we've had it, grief, I think you always have periods of times of frustration and waves of grief, but it's about standing back up. I think for me, it's about standing back up again. The good things that have come out of it would obviously be, I wouldn't be living in Hamilton, and I've got some really cool friends. I've got a whole lot of perspective, like the opportunities that I'm getting now to go and speak places.
What is something that you like people who don't know about your disability or don't know about your life? What would you like people to understand?
Don't box me. Don't label me. Don't make assumptions for me. I get a lot of times from people, oh, you just come along and that's good enough. If I've offered to help out or do something, and don't make assumptions for me. Like, don't assume that I can't or won't do something, or like people, like sometimes people won't invite you because they're like, oh, we don't want her to have to pay the cost for the recovery afterwards, like, so we won't invite her so that she doesn't have to make that decision. And sometimes I'm like, if I want to do something, then like I'll do it, like, but I'm choosing to pay that because I understand the consequences of choosing to do something, and I'm making the choice to do that because life is about memories and moments, and if we don't get the opportunity to do those things sometimes, the memories far outweigh the cost of a few days afterwards for a lifetime, and I'd rather do those things than not do them. So don't box and don't label and don't assume would probably be with what I would love. And like, I'm still me, like, people with disabilities are still people.
Yeah. Last two questions.
Yeah.
Do you think
probably think I'm a better person now than who I would have been without developing a disability though. Because crisis and circumstance changes you, and I think if you allow it, it changes you for the better. Yeah.
Last question, I think. What would be a piece of advice that you would offer to somebody either with a disability or somebody who wants to understand the experience of having a disability, particularly one as well as yours?
Don't give up, and perseverance, probably. Like, if I look back now from where I've come from, I never could have imagined I've come as far, and it's certainly been hard and challenging and difficult, but I've made it to here, and perseverance pays off.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
So great, thanks.